17:06 on the 17th of the 8th, 2024. So it's Sunday today, and yesterday I had work um, as a bouncer in the city. Um, Last post was about the night before on Friday. Um, yeah, Saturday was still a bit difficult because I had to wake up early. Well, not that early, but it was one of my best friend's Bucks parties. And so I was able to join the dinner at first before I headed off to do my duties as a guard. Um, it was boring. They put me at a quiet place that doesn't have much of a vibe to it. So, like, the traffic, not so good. The atmosphere, very low and dull. So, as a guard, I wasn't really doing much. Just the main thing is just making sure the wrong people don't come in. Making sure the right people come in, given the way the establishment is made, it's damn difficult since I'm just the gatekeeper. And I don't know, I feel like they have this expectation where I'm supposed to try to hustle people to come in. Even if I do that, it doesn't seem like there's much of a presence for them to enjoy once they come in. Anyway, that's not the point. I want to talk about so afterwards, what I used to do was always engage in after work drinks and you know, get a little wild. Not wild, but I mean, start to drink and consume different poisons and get out of my way. I refrained from that last night, and I like I said, I've been slowly changing that habit over time this year, and I'm talking about last night because I felt like it was a critical moment to see how well these changes have improved my mindset, and I guess how well these small changes have sustained themselves. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Because I was tired. I was tired as hell. Had a very busy week, and then having to do the night shift, and then ending the night shift in the middle and the midst of the nightlife. Oh, it's kind of hard to not want to, start intoxicating myself heavily. At least for me, because other people, when you listen to me talk about changing the habits of, drinking and doing any other recreational substances, you might think, oh, it's not that hard, it's not easy. But you guys don't understand. I grew up doing all of this since a very young age. Since I was 13 years old, I've been binge consuming all the bad intoxicative substances for a very long time. I grew up in not the best environments, and yeah, and I guess I was never happy. And at a young age, when you look around you, what's everyone doing to relieve their stress? That's what it was. I've been trying to stop for a very long time, or at least trying to keep it under control for a very long time. And yesterday seemed like a good challenge to really see if I now have a better sense of control. And yeah, I don't know. Look, I still had a drink or two. Like, so after work, we get one free drink, you know, just to congratulate the day's work. It's the first time I talked to the bar manager of the place. So yeah, we had one shot of whiskey together, just to what do you call that? To make friends. Yeah, is that what do you call that? When you share a drink with someone to um be polite in a relationship. It's just to show respect kind of thing. There's a word for this, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Yeah, so I had that. Anyway, like I said, it was my friend's box party, which I only had gone to the dinner. Luckily enough, they went drinking later that night to a place right around the corner from where I worked. So I met them there afterwards. Lucky they had finished most of the drinks and partying and stuff. Some still wanted to engage longer, um, but it was settling down more, and I could have easily decided to engage in more and join everyone with all the different substances we're all getting involved with. But I don't know. I just felt, you know what? I don't want to do this because with all the little with all the little changes I've been making lately, one of the main reasons is because like my body feels like crap now when I engage in such things. When I was younger, especially in my very young days and in my 20s, I could take all the poisons I want, and a day or two later, I'm fine. I'm 100%. Now it takes me like 6 days just to feel better. Like it takes me a very long time to recover, and I can tell because my my mind performs more slowly in all these different tasks. My body feels weaker. I feel more fatigued. It's harder catching my breath and all the time. After a big night or two, and I don't know. I just knew like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And so yeah, I just like for the few hours I was there catching up with my friends, I just had one beer and I was just enjoying that one beer over like the few hours there. Just like, and just it was fun. Like I still got to loosen up a bit with that one beer and feel good, but I didn't have to get carried away with anything. I had some other substances upon me and on me, but I don't know. I didn't get to uh, engaging in such things. I was very tempted to, I'll tell you that, because I actually got some out and then I was preparing to have it. I was slowly preparing because like while I was slowly preparing and like just holding it and I was fighting a bit with my hesitation and the resistance and stuff. I wanted to, but I didn't want to. Um, and luckily I held off long enough where a lot of us decided to go home, and I was like, you know what? That's mad. All right, let's go home. I put that shit away, and I don't know. I was saved by the bell. That doesn't mean like that was my complete mental fortitude that enabled me to completely refrain from intoxicating myself. But even though I was saved by the bell, at least that little fight held me up until the artillery and the air force came in to bring us home. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm talking about it now because with that change, it just it marks the I reckon even though I've been stopping and controlling and limiting, not limiting, but I've been controlling and trying to maintain myself and my physical, internal, visceral well-being. I feel even though I've been doing that for you know a lot of this year, it felt like last night that's the real checkpoint, or that's the real milestone where like I was really in the the depths. Like I was in the lion's den and I could have lost control completely. I was willing to. I was more than willing to just lose control and just poison myself and engage in bad behavior again. But it was like there was like a big sense of light in me that was winning within me. I still um I'm still working on a lot of the darkness with me, but yeah, last night I really felt like there was this nice shining sense of light within me that was not in control, but what's the right word? It was the more dominant power within me. And that's why I feel like it was a special night, like to really see and feel it within me. I was tired as hell, and I was just ready to let loose and get back to my primitive, natural, animalistic state. But the light in me felt stronger, and it's cool because now sitting here on Sunday, where I can finally have some rest, especially for the next week, tomorrow, I I know that I'm gonna be in a lot better shape for the week. I'm gonna feel a lot better, and I'm gonna be able to handle each day a lot more effectively. I feel good. I feel nice right now, and I'm excited about tomorrow because my body doesn't feel completely wasted away. The only way it feels wasted away is because it just wants more sleep, because it's just tired from all the shit that it's been doing. But at least it's not fighting or trying to repair itself internally from all the poisons that were tearing my insides away. And that's making me feel more positive. I know on paper, you know, not engaging or to not engage in bad recreational consumption is a known thing to avoid, especially if you want to feel better about your life. But to experience it and really feel the difference, the contrast, it's now it's knowledge in my head. It's not just information. Now it's knowledge and wisdom. Now it's solid in me. Now I can make big moves in the future. Is that all I wanted to say today? Well, yeah. Look, I had a big wild party that I ended up going to after work, living in the working in the middle of the nightlife where all the carnal, dangerous, illicit fancies can easily influence you. I overcame it. Also, being the gatekeeper of my place, I came across a few very what's the right word? I don't want to say dangerous or salacious, but temptations that were coaxing me to engage with them and build toxic relationships with them. But I kept my cool, and I just knew, like, yo, man, I don't want to waste my time with um, girls that aren't gonna make me feel fulfilled at the end of the day. And just like with the drinks and the other substances, I didn't want to engage with stuff that weren't gonna make me feel fulfilled at the end of the day. I was just happy um, being able to see some old brothers, being in a workplace where people trusted me and appreciated what I can do. And yeah, it's mad. So all that toxicity that was coming my way, especially when I was down and out and vulnerable last night, I overcame that shit. And yeah, so last night was a very big milestone for me. It may seem very little and not very impactful for everyone else, especially when you try to relate it to yourself. But for me, and with my history and where I currently am, it's a huge step, massive step. So yeah, things are really changing for me. And I know that it's going to keep changing more and more. And I know from last night and even now, I'm tuning and modifying my life so that I could yeah, get a lot further than I ever dreamt I would. Dreamt, dreamt I would. Dreamed I would. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I talked enough about 1 point for 15 minutes, but whatever. Next week, I'm likely going to be going through the same obstacle, but I know next week, especially when the weekend comes, it's going to be nothing. I'm going to come home clean, safe, and healthy to my kids. And yeah, and be ready for another week of more changes. Signing out.